Whoa, hi. I'm back on my videos, which is really just the best way for me to communicate with everybody. We have been trying to come up with a reasonable and attainable um, goal for semester one for high school. Um, and so we finally made some decisions, and I want to roll it out to you today because it's going to start on Monday. Monday is September 15th. I had to check. Okay, so we're going to do main event because everyone seems to really like main event. Much like we did last school year, if you were in the high school, we scheduled the main event trip for after winter break, and we are going to do the same thing this time around. So let me kind of go through the expectations with you so you know how you can get yourself to main event this school year. Our start date is Monday, September 15th. That is this coming Monday. Here, our goal is there's three parts to it. The first part is getting to all of your classes 90% of the time. Why do we think tardies are important to track and have consequences for? Well, to me, it's because that is a life skill. You have to be able to be on time to places. If people expect you to be there, your job is to show up. I can't really, I can't show up to work late multiple days a week. Things don't happen if I don't show up. So I think it's a life goal, like a life skill. And I'm thinking about you as a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old and you're entering the workforce. You need to know how to show up on time. So every single period is going to count, including advisory. So it's not just when you walk into school late in the mornings, right? The office tracks that on its own, as many of us learned today. But it's getting to every single period on time. Now, that means high schoolers, if you have like a class with Dr. Johnson, you better be walking with a purpose to get there. I think you can get there in 3 minutes. I think that's plenty of time, but you can't dilly-dally in the hallway. And teachers, this means that you have to be accurate with your tardies. So tardies mean something. It's important that we're all doing our job. Now, whether that's tracking or getting there on time, the main office will continue to track first hour tardies. As many of you know, you get consequences for multiple tardies in a week. So we will continue to track those first hour tardies, but teachers and staff, it is your job to have an accurate documentation of tardies in your classroom from this point forward. In addition to being to all classes on time, 90% of the time, you need to be passing all of your classes on your semester one report card. And you need to have no more than 2 level 2 discipline referrals. Now, level 1 means generally that's taken care of in the classroom. Miss Chapman and I don't have much to do with a level 1 discipline referral. Level 2 is where we do get involved. We're the ones who are handing out consequences. We're the ones having conversations with your families. So that is the difference between a level 1 and a level 2. Now, to break it down a little bit further, what that means for you, what is 90% of the time? So what Miss Chapman and I did, and that's a lie. Really, Miss Chapman did this because she's the math gal in our relationship. That means that there are no more than 45 tardies between Monday, September 15th, and winter break. We counted all 7 periods and advisory, so 8 periods in a day. Your morning coming to school late is going to count in there. So it all matters. Your job is to get to where you're supposed to go on time. And teachers and staff are going to do their job by documenting if you are not there on time. I hope it's pretty simple. I hope for most of you, this is attainable, something you don't even have to think about because you are going to do these things anyway. So, quick recap starting September 15th, which is Monday. Our goal is to get to class 90% of the time. All classes, doesn't matter where they are located. Passing all classes on your semester one report card. That means if you have even one failing grade, high school, on your report card for semester one, that eliminates you from being able to go to main event when we get back from winter break. And then no more than 2 level 2 discipline referrals. Miss Chapman and I are well aware that you have bad days. We have days where we make bad choices. That's why we thought 2 level 2 discipline referrals is being kind and allowing you to have those bad days or bad moments and still be able to go. When we break that down further, 90% means that no more than 45 tardies between Monday and winter break to any classes. All of your classes count in this. Am I being clear? Do you need me to say more? Let me know. Otherwise, we're going to get started on Monday. Just so you guys know, Miss Chapman and I did start this week consequenting tardies to school. So many of you have after school detentions today, and we will continue to acknowledge those too. So in the handbook on page 11, it says for every 2 tardies to school, which means those first hour tardies, you will serve a 30-minute detention. So we've given you some grace. We've given you a few weeks to kind of get into a routine, but we are going to start implementing that. We started today and we will continue daily to run the report. So if I call you down, that's probably what it's for. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a great Thursday evening and we will see you tomorrow. Go Hawks.